Welcome back, collectors and coin enthusiasts. Today, we are diving into the fascinating world of United Kingdom 1 penny coins, exploring the top 5 most valuable specimens. Whether you are a seasoned collector or a newcomer, understanding the value of these coins in different conditions, with various mint marks and across different years, can be both exciting and rewarding. Let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom 1 penny dated 1996, especially in bad or heavily circulated condition. At first glance, this copper-plated coin may seem ordinary or even worthless, but the world of coin collecting often tells a very different story. Even common date pennies can attract attention due to minting details, production context, and unexpected collector demand. In this video, we will explore whether a worn 1996 UK 1 penny has any rarity factor and how much it can realistically fetch at auction when valued in US dollars. The 1996 1 penny was issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, a period marked by significant change in British coinage. By the 1990s, traditional bronze pennies had already been replaced with copper-plated steel, beginning in 1992. This shift was made to reduce production costs while maintaining the familiar appearance of earlier pennies. The 1996 penny circulated widely across the United Kingdom during a time when cash transactions were still dominant, meaning millions of these coins entered everyday use. As a result, most examples surviving today show clear signs of wear, scratches, corrosion, and loss of original shine. Despite being a modern issue, the 1996 UK 1 penny has several recognizable and important features. The obverse displays the right-facing portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklouf, surrounded by the Latin inscription Elizabeth II times D times G times Reg times F times D. On the reverse, the iconic portcullis with chains design appears, a symbol deeply connected to British parliamentary history. In badly worn condition, many of these details may be faint, but collectors still examine the clarity of the date, the portrait outline, and the remaining reverse features when assessing value. Errors such as off-center strikes, weak strikes, or plating issues can further increase interest even on damaged coins. From a mintage standpoint, the 1996 1 penny is not rare, as millions were produced. However, rarity in coin collecting does not always depend solely on low mintage. In damaged or poor condition, these coins gain attention mainly from entry-level collectors, error collectors, and those assembling full date sets. Some collectors specifically seek low-grade examples to compare wear patterns or to fill budget-friendly collections. Additionally, coins showing unusual damage such as dramatic corrosion, peeling copper plating, or striking anomalies can attract niche demand. While a standard worn coin remains common, unusual characteristics can elevate its desirability even in bad condition. In today's collector market, a 1996 UK 1 penny in bad or heavily circulated condition typically carries a modest value. At auctions and online marketplaces, most examples sell between $322,000, often as part of bulk coin lots rather than individual listings. However, coins with visible minting errors or extreme plating defects may sell for $416,000, depending on collector interest and presentation. It is important to note that prices can fluctuate based on demand, auction timing, and how clearly the coin's details or errors are shown in listing images. While it will not make anyone rich, it can still hold collectible and educational value. If you own a 1996 UK 1 penny in bad condition, avoid cleaning it aggressively, as cleaning can actually reduce its appeal to collectors. Instead, store it in a dry place or a simple coin flip to prevent further corrosion. Look closely for unusual features such as misaligned designs, missing plating, or unusual textures, as these can increase interest. Beginners should consider keeping the coin as part of a date collection, while more advanced collectors may want to group it with other 1990s pennies for comparison. When selling, clear photos and honest condition descriptions help attract the right buyers. In conclusion, the United Kingdom 1 penny dated 1996 may appear insignificant, especially in bad condition, but it still holds a place in modern British numismatic history. While it is not rare in the traditional sense, its value lies in collector curiosity, educational use, and the occasional discovery of minting errors. With auction values generally remaining low in US dollar terms, this coin serves as a reminder that collecting is not always about high prices. It is about history, detail, and appreciation. Next up, the United Kingdom 1 penny coin dated 1999, specifically examples found in dirty, heavily circulated, or damaged condition. At first glance, a dirty 1999 penny may seem completely ordinary, even worthless. However, when we look closer through the eyes of numismatics, we begin to uncover a fascinating mix of history, minting context, rarity factors, and auction market behavior that can surprise many collectors. In this video, we will explore the background of the 1999 1 penny, its unique design features, why even poor condition examples attract interest, how collectors evaluate dirty or damaged coins, and most importantly, what these coins are actually selling for today in the auction market when values are converted into US dollars. By the end of this detailed guide, you will have a clear understanding of whether that grimy 1999 penny in your collection deserves a second look or a place back in circulation. The United Kingdom 1 penny coin has a long and proud history stretching back centuries, but the modern decimal penny we recognize today was introduced in 1971 as part of Britain's decimalisation process. By the time we reached the year 1999, the penny had become a well-established part of everyday British life. This particular year sits at an interesting point in British history, right at the end of the 20th century, just before the turn of the millennium. The Royal Mint was producing vast quantities of circulating coinage to meet daily demand, and pennies were among the most heavily used coins. In 1999, the UK penny was still made from copper-plated steel, a change that had occurred earlier in the 1990s to reduce costs. This composition made the coin more susceptible to corrosion, staining, and surface grime over time, which explains why so many 1999 pennies today are found in dirty or damaged condition. While millions were minted, not all have survived equally, and fewer remain identifiable, readable, and collectible today due to heavy circulation. Understanding the environment in which the 1999 penny circulated helps explain both its condition and collector interest. In 1999, cash transactions were still dominant in the UK. Contactless payments, online shopping, and digital wallets were not yet mainstream. Pennies changed hands constantly in shops, buses, vending machines, and markets. As a result, the 1 penny coin experienced intense wear. Many coins were dropped, scraped, buried in drawers, exposed to moisture, or stored improperly. The approach of the year 2000 also caused many people to save items dated 1999 as souvenirs of the final year of the century. This meant some pennies were kept in better condition, while others were completely neglected. Over time, dirty examples became more common than pristine ones, making condition a key factor when discussing rarity and market value today. The 1999 UK 1 penny coin features the familiar and iconic design that defined British pennies for decades. On the obverse, we see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This effigy, introduced in 1998, shows the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara and is known for its realistic and dignified appearance. This portrait alone makes the 1999 penny historically significant, as it represents one of the later official effigies used during her long reign. The reverse of the coin displays the portcullis with chains, a symbol of British strength, heritage, and parliamentary tradition. The denomination 1 penny and the date 1999 are clearly visible when the coin is not overly worn. On dirty examples, these features may be partially obscured, but traces often remain. Collectors carefully study how much of the design is still visible, as this can dramatically influence desirability and value. The copper-plated steel composition of the 1999 penny plays a major role in why so many examples are found in dirty or damaged condition. Unlike earlier bronze pennies, copper-plated steel coins can corrode once the thin copper layer is breached. When exposed to moisture, dirt, or chemicals, the steel core can rust, causing dark spots, bubbling, or flaking. This means that a dirty 1999 penny often shows discoloration, stains, or uneven surfaces. While many collectors prefer clean coins, some actively seek damaged examples to study minting flaws, plating errors, or long-term circulation effects. This has created a small but consistent demand for unusual or heavily worn pennies from this era. At first glance, the 1999 1 penny appears extremely common due to its high mintage. However, true rarity in numismatics is not always about how many coins were produced, but how many remain collectible today. Dirty or damaged condition coins are often discarded, melted, or ignored, which reduces the surviving population over time. Additionally, collectors look for specific traits such as weak strikes, off-center designs, plating errors, or unusual discoloration patterns. When these features appear on a 1999 penny, even in poor condition, the coin may become significantly more desirable. Therefore, while a standard dirty penny may seem worthless, certain examples cross the line from common change into collectible material. One of the most misunderstood aspects of coin collecting is the demand for damaged or dirty coins. Many new collectors assume that only shiny, mint-condition coins have value. In reality, damaged coins can be highly desirable if they tell a unique story. A 1999 penny that shows extreme circulation wear can demonstrate how extensively the coin was used in daily life at the end of the 20th century. Coins with unusual corrosion patterns or partial plating loss may attract error collectors. Even heavily dirty pennies are sometimes purchased as affordable entry points for beginners who want a piece of British coin history without spending large sums. This steady demand ensures that dirty condition coins continue to appear regularly in online auctions and collector markets. When we examine auction platforms such as online coin marketplaces, collector forums, and international auction sites, we find that 1999 UK pennies appear frequently. Dirty or damaged examples usually sell individually or in small lots. While most sell for modest amounts, certain listings achieve higher prices due to presentation, description, or unique features. Sellers who clearly explain the coin's condition, show high-quality photographs, and highlight any unusual characteristics often achieve better results. In some cases, bidders are drawn to the historical context of the coin rather than its physical appearance. This shows that storytelling plays a role in market value, even for low-grade coins. Now let's talk numbers. In today's market, a standard 1999 UK 1 penny in dirty or heavily circulated condition typically sells for $431,000 when sold individually. Coins with extreme wear, corrosion, or staining often fall on the lower end of this range. However, pennies that display unusual damage, potential mint errors, or eye-catching discoloration can sell for $221,000, especially if they attract competitive bidding. In rare cases where a dirty coin also shows a recognized mint error or dramatic plating failure, prices can climb even higher, sometimes reaching $114,000. Bulk lots of dirty pennies are often sold for educational or craft purposes, but individual coins with a story tend to perform better in auctions. Even within the category of dirty or damaged coins, condition plays a crucial role. A penny that is dirty but structurally intact, with readable date and clear design elements, will always outperform one that is heavily corroded or broken. Collectors often differentiate between dirty and destroyed. Dirt can be cleaned or stabilized, while severe corrosion cannot. This distinction affects how collectors evaluate value and long-term appeal. Understanding this difference helps sellers set realistic expectations and helps buyers avoid disappointment. One important topic collectors often debate is cleaning. Cleaning a dirty 1999 penny may seem tempting, but improper cleaning can permanently damage the coin and reduce its value. Harsh chemicals, abrasives, or polishing can strip away original surfaces and destroy historical integrity. Many collectors prefer coins that remain in their original, even dirty, state. If cleaning is considered at all, it should be minimal and non-invasive. In many cases, leaving the coin as found is the best option, especially if the coin already has collector interest due to unusual features. For collectors interested in 1999 UK 1 penny coins, the first tip is to examine every coin carefully. Look beyond dirt and focus on details such as strike quality, alignment, and surface texture. Use magnification to identify possible errors or plating issues. Store coins properly to prevent further damage, even if they are already in poor condition. Research recent auction results to understand current market trends. If you plan to sell, present the coin honestly and clearly. Transparency builds trust and attracts serious bidders. Finally, remember that collecting is about enjoyment as much as profit. Even a dirty penny can hold historical and educational value. Looking ahead, interest in late 20th century coins continues to grow as newer generations of collectors explore coins from their lifetime or recent history. The 1999 penny, tied to the end of the millennium, may gain additional nostalgic appeal over time. While it is unlikely to become extremely valuable in average condition, demand for unusual or story-rich examples is expected to remain steady. Dirty coins that survive decades without being discarded may eventually become scarcer, subtly increasing their appeal. In conclusion, the United Kingdom 1 penny dated 1999, even in dirty or damaged condition, is far more interesting than it appears at first glance. It represents a specific moment in British history, reflects changes in coin composition and circulation habits, and continues to attract collector interest worldwide. While most examples carry modest auction values measured in just a few dollars, certain coins stand out due to condition, errors, or presentation. For collectors, these pennies offer an affordable and educational entry into numismatics. For sellers, they provide an opportunity to turn overlooked change into small but meaningful return. Next up, the United Kingdom 1 penny coin of 1978, specifically in circulated condition. At first glance, the 1978 1 penny might seem like an ordinary copper coin that once passed through countless hands in shops, buses, and markets across Britain. Many people still remember finding these pennies in pockets, purses, or old jars at home. However, beneath its humble appearance lies a story of history, production, scarcity in certain conditions, and a surprising level of collector interest. In this detailed video, we will carefully examine the background of the 1978 1 penny, its unique design features, how circulation affects its desirability, and why collectors still seek it out today. Most importantly, we will discuss current auction market values in US dollars, helping you understand what this common-looking coin may actually be worth. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist, a beginner collector, or someone curious about the value of old British coins, this comprehensive guide will give you a clear and informative perspective on the 1978 UK 1 penny. To truly appreciate the 1978 1 penny, we must first understand its place in British monetary history. The coin belongs to the decimal coinage system, which was introduced in the United Kingdom in 1971, replacing the centuries-old pre-decimal system of pounds, shillings, and pence. Under the new system, £1 was divided into 100 new pence, making calculations simpler and more modern. The 1 penny coin became the smallest denomination in everyday use and played a vital role in daily transactions throughout the 1970s and 1980s. By 1978, decimal currency had been in circulation for 7 years, and the 1 penny was firmly established in British society. These coins were produced during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, whose portrait appears on the obverse. The late 1970s were a period of economic challenge in the UK, marked by inflation and social change. Despite these difficulties, the Royal Mint continued to strike large quantities of bronze pennies to meet public demand. As a result, millions of 1978 1 penny coins entered circulation, making them familiar to virtually every citizen at the time. However, while the overall mintage was high, not all coins survived in equal condition. Years of use, handling, and environmental exposure took their toll. Coins were dropped, scratched, cleaned improperly, or exposed to moisture, leading to corrosion and discoloration. This is why today, the circulated condition of the 1978 penny is such an important factor when evaluating rarity and value. Understanding this historical context helps explain why even a common coin can become collectible when examined more closely. The 1978 United Kingdom 1 penny is rich in design details that reflect British tradition and craftsmanship. On the obverse, the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This portrait, known as the Machin effigy, shows the Queen facing right, wearing a tiara. It is widely regarded as one of the most iconic and elegant depictions of Elizabeth II, used on British coinage for many years. Surrounding the portrait is the inscription Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina FD, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The reverse side of the coin displays the famous portcullis design, topped with a coronet. The portcullis is a powerful symbol associated with the Palace of Westminster and British parliamentary authority. This design has deep historical roots, dating back centuries, and its use on the penny reinforces the connection between everyday currency and national heritage. Beneath the portcullis is the denomination 1 penny, and below that, the year of issue, 1978. The coin is struck in bronze, composed primarily of copper with smaller amounts of tin and zinc. This composition gives the coin its warm reddish-brown color when new. Over time, circulation causes this color to darken, sometimes turning chocolate brown or even black due to oxidation. The weight, diameter, and thickness of the coin were standardized, making it easily recognizable and practical for daily use. These unique features, while shared with other pennies of the era, become particularly important when collectors examine details such as strike quality, wear patterns, and originality of surface. At first glance, it might seem strange to discuss rarity in relation to a coin with a high mintage like the 1978 1 penny. Millions were produced, and many still exist today. However, rarity in numismatics is not always about low production numbers. Instead, it often relates to condition, survival rate, and collector demand. Most 1978 pennies spent years, sometimes decades, in circulation. As a result, truly pristine examples are surprisingly difficult to find. Circulated coins commonly show wear on the Queen's portrait, flattening of high points, and loss of sharp detail on the portcullis. In heavily circulated or damaged condition, coins may exhibit scratches, dents, corrosion, or signs of cleaning. While severe damage generally reduces value, some collectors are still interested in such coins for specific reasons. Collectors focusing on date runs often seek at least one example of every year, regardless of condition. For beginners or budget-conscious collectors, circulated or even lightly damaged coins provide an affordable way to complete a collection. Additionally, some collectors are interested in error coins, such as off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or unusual die variations. Even a damaged 1978 penny may attract attention if it displays an unusual minting flaw. There is also a growing niche market for circulated coins as historical artifacts. These collectors appreciate the idea that a coin passed through countless hands and witnessed everyday life during a specific era. In this context, wear and imperfections add character rather than detract from value. While the 1978 penny is not rare in absolute terms, demand persists because of these collecting trends, especially when coins are clearly dated, authentic, and reasonably preserved. When it comes to market value, the 1978 United Kingdom 1 penny in circulated condition generally falls into the low-value category, but there are important nuances to consider. In average circulated condition, with noticeable wear but clear details and no major damage, these coins typically sell for $322,000 at online auctions or coin fairs. This modest value reflects their common nature and high survival rate. Heavily circulated or damaged examples, those with corrosion, heavy scratches, or cleaning marks, may sell for $116,000, often as part of bulk lots. However, coins with attractive natural toning, minimal corrosion, or above-average detail for a circulated example can command prices toward the higher end of the range. In some cases, collectors are willing to pay slightly more for a coin that fits a specific collection theme or aesthetic preference. The real surprises come with error coins or unusual variations. A 1978 penny with a significant minting error can sell for $10, $20, or even more, depending on the rarity and visibility of the error. Auction results show that well-documented errors attract competitive bidding, especially when accompanied by clear photographs and accurate descriptions. Additionally, uncirculated or near-uncirculated examples of the 1978 penny, though outside the focus of this video, can sell for several dollars, highlighting how dramatically condition affects value. It is important to remember that market values fluctuate based on demand, platform, and timing. Online marketplaces, coin shows, and specialized auctions may yield different results. Currency exchange rates also play a role when converting British coin prices into US dollars. Nevertheless, understanding these general value ranges helps collectors make informed decisions and set realistic expectations. For collectors interested in the 1978 1 penny, there are several practical tips to keep in mind. First, condition assessment is crucial. Learn how to identify different levels of wear, from lightly circulated to heavily worn. Pay close attention to high points like the Queen's hair and the portcullis bars, as these areas show wear first. Avoid coins with severe corrosion or aggressive cleaning, as these factors significantly reduce desirability. Consider originality. Coins with natural toning and untouched surfaces are generally preferred over those that have been polished or altered. Cleaning a coin may make it appear shinier, but it often destroys collector value. Always handle coins by the edges and store them in protective holders or envelopes designed for numismatic use. Research market trends. Look at completed auction listings rather than asking prices to understand what collectors are actually paying. This will give you a clearer picture of realistic values. Joining online forums or coin clubs can also provide valuable insights and opportunities to learn from experienced collectors. Collect with a purpose. Whether you are building a complete date set, focusing on circulated examples, or searching for errors, having a clear goal will make your collecting journey more enjoyable and rewarding. The 1978 penny may not make you rich, but it offers an accessible entry point into British numismatics and a tangible connection to history. In conclusion, the United Kingdom 1 penny of 1978 in circulated condition is a fascinating example of how everyday objects can carry historical, cultural, and collectible significance. While it may not be rare in terms of mintage, its value lies in its story, design, and the role it played in daily life during a transformative period in British history. For collectors, the coin offers affordability, accessibility, and a chance to explore the nuances of condition, wear, and market demand. Auction values in US dollars may be modest, but they reflect steady interest and ongoing appreciation for British decimal coinage. Whether you find one in an old collection, purchase it at an auction, or receive it as part of a trade, the 1978 1 penny serves as a reminder that even the smallest denomination can hold lasting value. Next up, the United Kingdom 1 penny coin dated 2005, examined specifically in fine condition. At first glance, this modern copper-plated steel coin may seem ordinary, but as we explore its background, design, rarity factors, and collector demand, you'll discover why even recent British pennies deserve careful attention. We'll also discuss how condition, errors, and market trends influence its auction value in US dollars, and why collectors around the world still search for select examples of this coin. The 2005 1 penny belongs to the long-running decimal coinage system introduced in the United Kingdom in 1971. By 2005, the Royal Mint had already transitioned penny production from traditional bronze to copper-plated steel, a change that began in 1992 to reduce costs and improve durability. This era of British coinage reflects a modern phase in the UK economy, characterised by advanced minting technology, large production numbers, and circulation-focused designs rather than precious metal value. Despite its modern date, the 2005 penny represents the final decades of Queen Elizabeth II's long reign, making it part of a historically significant period for British numismatics. The obverse of the 2005 one penny features the fourth portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait shows a mature and dignified monarch wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, with sharper facial detail compared to earlier designs. Surrounding the portrait is the Latin inscription identifying her as Queen and Defender of the Faith. The reverse displays the familiar portcullis with chains, a symbol historically associated with the Palace of Westminster and British parliamentary authority. Although simple, this design connects modern Britain to centuries of tradition and symbolism. What sets the 2005 one penny apart is not flashy design changes but consistency and subtle detail. The copper-plated steel composition gives it a brighter, more uniform color than earlier bronze pennies. The magnetic core is another identifying feature, allowing collectors to distinguish it easily from pre-1992 issues. In fine condition, details such as the Queen's hairlines, facial contours, and the chain links on the portcullis remain visible, though lightly worn. These features help graders and collectors assess authenticity and quality when comparing circulated examples. The coin graded as fine condition shows moderate circulation wear but retains most major design elements. On a 2005 penny, this typically means light smoothing on the Queen's portrait and minor flattening of the portcullis details. The legends remain readable, and the coin has no major damage such as bending or deep scratches. Fine condition pennies are common in circulation, yet they are important to collectors building complete date sets, especially when higher grade examples are harder to find at reasonable prices. In general, the 2005 one penny is not rare by mintage numbers, as millions were produced for circulation. However, collector interest increases when coins show minting errors, unusual wear patterns, or specific types of damage. Off-center strikes, weak strikes, clipped planchets, or plating flaws can significantly increase demand, even if the coin is technically damaged. Some collectors specialize in error coins, and a visibly flawed 2005 penny can sometimes attract more attention than a standard fine-grade example. Many new collectors overlook modern coins, assuming only Victorian or early 20th century pieces hold value. However, modern pennies like the 2005 issue play a key role in date runs, educational collections, and error coin markets. They also appeal to younger collectors who remember using these coins in daily life. Additionally, as the UK gradually phases out low-denomination coin usage, interest in modern pennies may rise due to nostalgia and reduced circulation. In today's collector market, a standard 2005 UK one penny in fine condition typically sells for approximately $433,000 at online auctions, depending on demand and presentation. Coins sold in bulk lots often achieve lower per coin prices, while individually listed examples with clear photos may sell slightly higher. Error coins or unusual damaged examples can range from $114,000 or more, especially if the error is dramatic and clearly visible. Professionally graded examples in higher conditions can command higher premiums, though fine-grade coins remain affordable entry points for collectors. Several elements affect how much a 2005 penny sells for at auction. These include overall condition, presence of errors, quality of photographs, auction platform, and timing. Coins listed during high-interest periods or alongside popular coin content often receive more bids. International buyers, especially from the United States, sometimes pay higher prices due to shipping rarity and novelty. Even small differences in wear or strike quality can influence final sale prices. For collectors, it's important to examine every penny carefully, even modern ones. Use a magnet to confirm composition, a magnifying glass to inspect for errors, and good lighting to evaluate surface wear. Store coins in protective holders to prevent further damage. For sellers, clear images, honest condition descriptions, and proper keywords such as UK 1 penny 2005 fine condition can improve visibility and auction results. Avoid cleaning coins, as this often reduces collector value. While the 2005 penny may never reach high value status on its own, it holds long-term appeal as part of complete Elizabeth II collections. Over time, coins in better condition may become scarcer as circulation examples degrade or disappear. Error coins, in particular, may see gradual appreciation as awareness grows. Collecting modern pennies now can be an affordable way to build a meaningful and educational collection. In conclusion, the United Kingdom one penny from 2005 in fine condition is a modest yet fascinating piece of modern British numismatic history. Its connection to Queen Elizabeth II's reign, durable copper-plated steel composition, and symbolic design make it more than just spare change. While its current auction value in dollars remains low for standard examples, collector interest, errors, and condition can significantly influence its worth. Next up, the United Kingdom one penny coin dated 2008, examined specifically in fine condition. At first glance, a modern penny like this may seem ordinary, something many people have handled countless times without a second thought. However, when we slow down and examine the details, the historical context, and the collector market, even a recent coin like the 2008 1 penny can tell an interesting story. In this video, we'll explore its background, its design features, how condition affects rarity and demand, and most importantly, how much this coin can realistically bring at auction when valued in US dollars. Whether you are a beginner collector, a casual viewer, or someone checking old change at home, this guide will give you a clear and complete understanding of the 2008 UK 1 penny. The 2008 United Kingdom 1 penny holds a special place in British numismatic history because it marks the final year of the traditional penny design that had been used for decades. Introduced in 1971 after the UK moved to decimal currency, the modern 1 penny coin became a daily use denomination for millions of people. By 2008, however, the Royal Mint was preparing for a major design overhaul. Rising metal costs and changes in minting strategy meant that traditional copper-plated steel pennies were nearing the end of an era. The 2008 issue was produced during a time of transition, making it historically important even if it is not considered extremely rare in absolute numbers. This context gives the coin significance beyond its face value, especially for collectors who focus on end-of-era or transitional issues. One of the most interesting aspects of the 2008 1 penny is its reverse design. Unlike earlier pennies that featured a full image such as Britannia, the 2008 penny displays only a segment of the royal shield, designed by Matthew Dent. This partial shield design was intended to form a complete shield when combined with the other circulating coins of the same year. The obverse features the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank-Broadley, showing a mature and dignified profile that many collectors appreciate. The coin is made of copper-plated steel, has a diameter of 20.3 mm, and weighs 3.56 grams. In fine condition, the main details remain visible, including the Queen's facial features and the shield lines, though some wear as expected on the highest points. While the 2008 1 penny was minted in large quantities, collector demand increases significantly when condition, errors, or unusual wear patterns are involved. In damaged or heavily circulated condition, these coins are usually common and inexpensive. However, collectors sometimes seek damaged examples that show unusual minting flaws, misstrikes, or off-center designs. These anomalies, even on a common date like 2008, can create niche demand. In fine condition, the coin strikes a balance between affordability and collectability. It is worn enough to show real circulation history, yet preserved enough to retain clear details, which many collectors actually prefer over heavily damaged pieces. When it comes to auction market value, realism is key. A standard 2008 UK 1 penny in fine condition typically sells for around $425,000 when offered individually. In bulk lots, the value may be even lower per coin. However, examples with exceptional eye appeal, unusual toning, or minor mint errors can sell for $223,000, depending on demand and auction visibility. Truly rare error examples have occasionally reached higher prices, but these are exceptions rather than the rule. The value is influenced by factors such as condition grading, market trends, and the reputation of the auction platform. Online auctions often generate more interest than local sales, especially when international buyers are involved. For collectors interested in the 2008 1 penny, patience and knowledge are essential. Always examine coins under good lighting and, if possible, with a magnifying glass. Look for sharp details in the shield design and minimal corrosion or discoloration. Avoid cleaning the coin, as this can significantly reduce its value. Storing coins in protective holders or albums will help preserve their condition over time. If you believe you have a coin with an error or unusual feature, consider consulting a professional grading service before selling. Even common coins can become desirable when properly presented and documented. In conclusion, the United Kingdom 1 penny 2008 in fine condition may not be a high-value treasure, but it is far from insignificant. It represents the end of a classic design era, showcases a unique partial shield motif, and holds steady interest among collectors worldwide. Its modest auction value in dollars reflects its accessibility, making it an excellent entry point for new collectors and a meaningful addition for experienced ones. Sometimes, the true value of a coin lies not just in its price, but in the story it tells, and the 2008 1 penny certainly has a story worth sharing. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for more deep dives into rare and fascinating coins from around the world. Don't forget to leave a comment if you have your own 2008 1 penny, and share your experiences with this classic piece of British history.